Hi, I see two people in the stream right now, so I think we're just gonna start. Alright, so because there will be a contest later, so now we're going to go through contest slides. How to basically how to do a contest. So the thing you need to know is that some of the problems, especially the later problems in the contest, will be quite hard, and it's very hard for you to AC them. So how do you so this lecture will go through things like how to manage your time, and then how to make the most out of a question that you can't actually fully AC. Alright, so let's get into it. Well, first of all, I think one concept you already know is that the questions are not sorted in difficulty order. So yeah, that's basically the first strat. That's the first strat. So don't immediately jump into the first problem because you think it's the easiest, or avoid the last problem because you think it's hard. That's usually the case, but because all the questions is unlike the contest during North Course. The actual competitions span a lot of topics, so you might be better at a certain topic or worse at something else. So even if the problems are sorted in difficulty order, you might find some questions easier than the others. So don't force yourself to solve the questions sequentially. So that's the first strat. So basically read the questions first and then decide for yourself which one is easier and then go for that. Now the next thing is, because like I said before, contests like NOI are quite hard, so a common strat is just to AC Q1 and crab. So when I say crab, it means grab subtasks, because even if a question is too hard for you to fully AC, there are still a lot of subtasks which are basically simpler versions of the questions with more restrictions on the parameters and smaller values. So even if you can't solve the full questions, there's a good chance that you can solve the subtasks and then get a few points from there. So a very good strat used to be AC Q1 because it's supposedly the easiest, and then crap everything else. But then you can look at this Q1. That's crazy. Alright, so in short, crap everything. So I don't know what happened with this year's that year's contest, but if you could get 20 marks, you got in. You already won. And then meanwhile, everyone who tried to AC Q1 got 0. So in that year's case, you just had to brute force the first subtask of question 5, and then you would win, which is crazy. So yeah, now it's about time management. So first, there are some tricks to speed up your code. So this is the classic. You use iOS-based sync with stdio to make your input faster, which can allow you to scam some questions. And then if you really need to, there's also the lightning rod input. And then so first, time management. Don't just spend 90% of your time on the first question. That's not worth it. And then it's not in increasing difficulty orders, so read all the questions first, and then decide which one to go ahead with. So now it's about typing. Just play any typing game until about 100 words per minute. And because in NOI you have to use the school computers for the final contest. So you also need to be like used to typing on an unfamiliar keyboard. And then here's some tricks to shorten your code. So basically like stuff like pair int and then make pair, push back, lower bound, first, second, all of that. You can use macros to speed up your typing. Yeah, so now a bit of elaboration on crabbing subtask. So yeah, so like for most of the NOIs and like this year's as well, the first question is trivial, and then the first subtasks of the next few questions are also quite trivial. It's like for this year's 2024, I went to the finals. The first question was like a very trivial segment tree. So you basically have to ACQ one, and then for question 2, it had a bunch of easy subtasks so like I just grabbed those subtasks and I got silver, which is like, that's crazy. Yeah, so let's go through some previous NOIs. So for 2017 Q1 best place is like really really simple. You just like find the median of everything. You just find the medium, which is like, yeah, that's crazy. And like don't fall for the trap and try to do average. But yeah, and then question 2 is significantly harder, but even if it's quite hard, you see there's quite easy subtasks. So like there's only 5 nodes, or the graph is a line, so that's like a trivial 30 marks. And then for question 3 and question 4, you can also like brute force, and there's also trivial ways of getting a lot of marks. So you got easy 199 points, which is silver. So it's actually like, if you know how to crab your subtask, you can actually get quite good. So for NOI, for this year there was very few ACs, but the subtasks are generous with the marks. So yeah, so like as usual, Q1 is no brainer. You just have to do it. If you can't do Q1, then you're kind of cooked. And then Q3 is also quite easy. It's just lightning rod. Yes, basically it's this thing. So like it's actually quite easy if you know how to solve it. Yeah, it's just like Q5 is usually killer question. So if it's fine, like don't beat yourself up if you can't solve it. So like there's like a bunch more of examples. You can just read the slides, but basically in the contest that's coming like this afternoon, don't remember to crab your subtask and then remember to crab your subtask, and then remember that the questions are not sorted in difficulty order. It's just like not, unlike NOI, it's just not at all. So don't just jump into the first question, and then remember to read the subtask and then try to get them, and then that's basically it. So like at this point you should be you should be familiar with all the concepts taught during advanced, I hope. And then so we're going to end the lecture here. Alright, bye bye. If you have any questions, just ask them in the Discord.